How to make the Peter Pan collar. I got here my two collar parts. I have one with fusing and the other one without, and I placed it right against right so I can stitch it and turn it afterwards. But another thing is, I got here my front and my back, or a piece of it, and I got my facing here. I also got the facing for the back, so that my collar is going to be placed in between of these layers. But let's get started. First of all, I'm going to take this and I'm going to attach this so it's going to be a circle. So you've got to do it right. So you've got to attach it here like that and attach it here. So you see, when this is sewn, we got it like this, because then we can place, if we turn the right side out of it, then we can place our collar in between, and we've got a nice back side. So we've got to sew this up first, and then after, here we've got 1 centimeter of seam allowance, because this is the shoulder part. I'm stitching this all the way, and the other one as well. And then it's time for ironing. I'll do that in a second, but you see, now we've got it like this. Put it aside, and then we've got to take this, the collar, as I said, we've got the one without and one with interlining, and then we've got to sew it all the way around. Because it's a curve, there is only 1/2 centimeter of seam allowance, because that's going to help a lot along the road. So let's just, as usual, do it as easy as possible. We're stitching all the way around here. So here you got the one, and in a second it's time to turn the right side out and iron it. If it's too much here, you can cut away a little bit, because we have to make sure it's not bumping inside. It has to make a nice curve, but normally 1/2 centimeter is okay, but if you've got more, you're definitely going to cut it. Got to iron this, but before, we're definitely going to do number 2 as well. So let's do that one. It's not always that a Peter Pan collar is divided into 2, but if it's a real Peter Pan collar, it is divided into 2. But of course, you might see something else, and still it's possible to use the same way of doing it. So now we've got number 2 here, and turn right side out of it and go ironing. So we got our collar here. So open up like this, and I've got the circle. Now I've got this one here, and the long one is for the front and the short one is for the back. So I've got this notch, that's for the shoulder, so I place it upon the shoulder here and place it to the center back like this here and forward, not all the way because I got an extension for the buttons which I also have to keep. Now you see I placed it like this, and I've got to place the other one as well just to make sure I can show here to the back. I have made a little distance between the two collars, but you can do that how you like. So now I got it here, got a little thread here. I hate these things, so like that. Now you see this is my collar. Now I'm going to take this part here and fold it so my collar is between of these two layers, and remove my pins so they are like this. Again, shoulder upon shoulder like that. This fabric here is super hard to stitch into, so if I look as if I can't do it, that's one of the reasons. Again, I got the center back notch, got to place it, and this here as well, like that, and we got here the line, and we have a notch at center front, which is actually the one to the folding notch, you could call it, like that. And we just need one more pin to tell you what I'm doing. So see, now I put it here, my collar is in between of these layers. If you can imagine, when I turn this around, I actually got my collar. So what I'm doing now is do a stitching. Here in the neckline I have 1 centimeter of seam allowance. You might say, why do I have that? Because I spoke about having a curve and then just half a centimeter. But according to the neckline, half a centimeter is not enough. I can easily go wrong. So 1 centimeter is the right thing to do. But we're going to do something about it in a second, because it is actually one way or the other too much. But let's just finish this one, so just a sec. Now it's done. If I just turn it around like that, you'll see there are some, it's not easy to make it look nice. So actually, because there is 1 centimeter of seam allowance, I need to take my scissor and cut some notches here in the curve you see here at the front and at the back as well. Because if I'd done this, and you saw how it looks just a second ago, and I turn it around, it is possible to make it look right. You see, now it's not making these strange foldings. Now it's okay, and I've got my collar. If I don't do it, it is like this side where I haven't done it. You see, it's making these odd foldings. Now I can easily feel that it's kind of too short, and it's not going to do anything good. But if you do your notches, it's going to be quite okay. And you see, if I have ironed this, we got the beautiful collar, and at the center back got it like this. So Peter Pan, come along and get you a collar. Did you like what you just seen, and do you want to learn more? Then subscribe. I'll constantly develop and upload new things, all based upon the professional way of sewing. All the best from me, and good luck with your work.